Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. I'm here with all my peeps to talk to you about some more survival stuff. I promised I was going to do something about fire, so that's what we're going to do. From almost the beginning of time, one of the things that men and women have done to survive was to figure out how to make a fire. Now, a fire exists because of three things, and they all have to come together. You need oxygen, especially us fat people. You need heat, so you need to make things hot. And you need, let me see, I said oxygen, you need heat, and you need a fuel source. Something to burn, something to continuously release the energy. But these three things can exist side by side, and you still will not have fire. You have to have a chemical reaction of all these things together to make it start. So, you know, as most of you know, I was in the Navy, and I spent a lot of my Navy career trying to figure out how to get those three things apart to stop a fire, part of firefighting, damage control, and all that good stuff. So you learn about Class Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie fires, which is, you have wood, and paper's Alpha, Bravo is oil, Charlie's electrical, and then of course you have your special fire, which is your deep fat fryer fire. Try to say that 5 times. And there's different ways to put them out. One is by spraying with water, which you're cooling it. Or you could use something called PKP, which is sort of a powder that sort of gets in between the reaction and breaks those three things apart to stop it. Foam, which smothers it, which we used to call AFFF. It might be something different now. But today we're going to talk about starting fires. Now, I am by no means an expert at starting them. Obviously, I got a little skill on how to put them out. So, I'm walking through the stores as I always do, and I'm just, just looking for things that I could use for this video just to show off. Now, one of the things I came across was this emergency tinder kit. This would come in handy for a day like this because it got done raining and it's kind of moist out, and there's not really too much things to use as tinder outside. So I have some, not toilet paper, but paper towels here ripped up a little bit. But in my 3-day bag, I do have some rolls of toilet paper because I poop a lot, and that can be used as tinder. And of course, there's garbage and garbage cans, and you can find all kinds of neat things to set on fire for survival. So anyway, they got this tinder kit. It has these little things that look like earplugs, but they're actually things that you could use to start light to start a fire. And then, of course, many of you have already seen this magnesium fire starter. You have magnesium, you scrape it off a little bit, and then you use the flint side, and you do a spark, and that magnesium will flash like in a flash bulb, for those of you who did photography way back when. Another popular one that many of you have already seen is this fire stick. This is simply a piece of flint and a piece of metal to rub against it to get some sparks going. And I have some various lighters. So, as you know, Tuesday I had done a review of the Bear Grylls Monster Ultimate Night. Ultimate, yeah. Anyway, it also came with a fire stick. This particular fire stick is a little different. I don't know if I brought my notes down here, which I probably didn't, but this is not flint. This is some other vercolio. I don't know, something that starts with an F and ends with a arium. But these type of fire sticks can be made up of all types of different material, all of which all have the ultimate goal of making a spark. So I'm going to go ahead and try. So I'm going to pan the camera down. We'll look at my plate of truth. I'll try to start a little bit of a teeny fire here in the safety of my garage. I do have a fire detector over there. I got a water hose charge ready to go there. And I have a yard here with nothing combustible. I can always push things out if things get out of control, but I'm not providing enough of those three elements together to get anything raging other than a small little poof. So let's pan on down and we'll try some different stuff. So I'll get everything prepared and I'll be right back. Okay, now first thing, don't get me wrong, I really don't know what I'm doing except I'm trying to provoke some thought. Now, in that little kit I just showed you that had this plastic container, that Tinder kit, it had this thing called the flint match, and I didn't realize that this was what was in there. I saw this on Colory Lover 2 years ago. He did a video on it, and I was like, man, I wish I had one of those, and I did. I just never opened it up. It was in the box. This is one of the coolest freaking matches I've ever seen. It's like a reusable match. There's, you unscrew this little doodad here, and you have a flint here that you just sort of go down the side here, and you should get a spark. There we go. I'm not very skilled at this stuff, so please bear with me. There we go. And you see there's like a, you put lighter fluid on the wick that's sort of around a piece of metal that you use to strike against the striker here. And when you do that, I'm not too skilled at this yet, you get a light. Cool. So obviously you don't need to go through too much trouble to get that going. It's a reusable match. Has it's sort of like a improvised lighter to work like a match. Really cool little doodad. I don't know, pretty small, compact, kind of neat. And of course the kit also came with these tinder, which feels like a very waxy piece of cotton. They feel pretty solid. I'm going to put these in here, and I'm just going to take a small piece of, well, you can't. I don't want to start these on fire, but these are used. You sort of stretch them out a little bit, and you could use that as tinder. So we'll go ahead and put that aside. I'm going to take some pieces of paper here, and I'm going to try first this $5 flint stick, and we'll see how this goes. I'm supposed to hold this at a 90-degree angle, and it says just to push down just like that. Now, I have seen where, if you're pushing like this, you risk the possibility of blowing the paper off, even though I don't think it's going to happen. A lot of people say you should pull the stick away while holding the little metal striker. But anyway, you're supposed to hold it at 90 degree and just sort of do that. Now, of course, this is brand new, so I got to get the paint off. And now you can see there's some spark, and I don't know what I'm doing. So, this is new for me, but I need to develop my skills, and I figured I'd let you join in and laugh at me. So you can see, not as easy as you think. People who practice a little bit and then they go on camera and go, see, this is what you need to do. Well, it's not working very well. So, don't have this in your bag thinking, okay, I'm going to be good to go. This thing has 4,000 strikes in it, and I'll just start a fire. Because I got paper right here, and it's not easily working. So, alright, that's too much work. I don't know about that. Okay, then we have the ultimate knife with that flint stick. Let me see. See, that worked a little better. Whoop. That almost caught on fire right there. Yep, it's better to pull the stick away, keep the knife there. Oh, and we got fire. Right there. Alright, so this stick that came with the Ultimate Knife did a much better job than this cheapo $5 flint stick. So this requires a little more skill and I have to practice with, but I don't have an infinite amount of time to do videos. So we'll move on to the next deal. Now the next deal is I'm rushing, so I have people get out of breath when they rush. So I'm going to put that here, and I'm going to try this magnesium thing, and the trick to the magnesium is that you scrape off the magnesium, and I guess it would be better if I took this off here. And you want to scrape some of the magnesium off this side. Alright. And then you go to the flint side and you make some sparks. It's a good thing I'm practicing. And we got fire. So this $5 magnesium thing, which I got at Walmart, worked pretty good. I like that one. Alright. Next deal. Some of you might have seen the steel wool with a 9-volt battery. And place it here. And I'm going to take a 9-volt battery. Look at that. I mean, that just went right up. That's pretty freaking amazing. Wow. And then, of course, you could, put your piece of paper on there. Let's go from here. You do get a neat light show. I'm trying to catch the paper on fire. I guess I need to maybe do this. Alright, come on, you can do it. You know what? What I need to do maybe is to shred this a little bit finer, sort of like that. Get some air in there because you need a lot of air. And then I'm going to spread this paper a little bit there, like that maybe. Give it some. And there we go. Fire! We have fire. So, make it really airy. Put some paper on it, maybe blow on it lightly, get that oxygen in there. And that works really good too. So that's pretty cool. 9-volt battery, some steel wool. Again, not as practical as carrying around as some other items. But not bad. Before we go into everything else, I want to give this guy a fair shake one more time. I don't understand why I can't get that to work. Well, and there we go. I finally got the touch. So that worked. Once I knew what I was doing, we got a little fire going there. Alright, so we covered a lot right there in a very short amount of time. And then the last thing are lighters. This is my preferred method. I don't understand. You remember Indiana Jones where the guy comes out with the knife and he's doing all the fancy stuff and then Indiana Jones just freaking just pulls the gun and shoots him. That's how I feel about lighters and fire with all these other gizmos. You get all these fancy things where you could, show off your skills and everything, but, just pull out a lighter. So, for my little 3-day bag, of course, you have a lot of moving parts and possible, each part can possibly fail and then the thing not work. So I carry 2 in my everyday bag, a small one and a larger, cheap Bic lighter. Now, you also have your classic Zippo lighter, where you could show off some of your skills. I know in the Navy I used to sort of go, I don't know how I used to do it. I used to just sort of flip this around. There we go. You saw that? You sort of hold it like this and you snap it like that. And I did it off camera, of course. Let me try it again here. Ta-da! How you like that? Again, all you do is you have it like this and you press really hard and your fingers come down and the force opens it. And then you can just whoop. Really good. Now, here's a really cool lighter. This lighter, I'm trying to remember what the name of it was, but it does say WL Link, L-E-N-K. The model number is LMJ-280. Maybe you could just look up that model number and hopefully you'll come up on the internet. Here's what it looks like. Really cool looking, and I'm going to tell you this thing is like a hand torch. Check this out. Just open it up. It uses probably an internal battery to spark off this butane. And look at that blue flame. Listen to that. That's a pretty cool lighter. Definitely start your fire. You could adjust the flame by turning this. You refuel it. There's the butane refuel hole. Pretty cool. So this is fire. Definitely a very important part of survival. You need all 3 elements. You need oxygen, obviously, to breathe. You need water to survive. Usually you're not going to survive more than 3 days or a couple days without water. And of course you need food, and you need fire, especially if it's cold out or if you have wild animals around, to try to keep them at bay. You could use it as a weapon. Light some bad animal on fire. So don't let these items, if you've never tried them, just sit in your bag and then wait. I'm going to pan up and wait for an event to happen before testing your skills, because that's what I've been doing. And I finally decided to go ahead and take my first step and actually coming out here and trying all this stuff I had sitting in my bag and never actually trying to use and start using it. So there you are. That is my video about fire. So again, feel free to comment below. I know a lot of you do, and I noticed that I have 1 or 2 trolls already, so I guess I'm getting popular because I have my own trolls, which is pretty cool. That really, I don't know, to me it just feels like a sign of you getting popular, because you're getting attention, and you will always get negative with positive attention here on YouTube. So again, I appreciate I appreciate friends, subscribers, viewers. You're always appreciated. I do really wholeheartedly, I can't talk anymore, wholeheartedly appreciate every one of you. And if you haven't seen my alert or special that I had on Wednesday that I posted, please do. It's very important. It looks like that we are going to be on the receiving end of another push by our presidential administration to push their gun agenda, the gun control agenda, gun reform, reinstatement of the assault weapons ban of 1984. Whatever you want to call it, they want to do it again, and they couldn't get it done through Congress, so they're going to try it the back door. So, if you're not a member of the NRA, the SAF, your local gun support group, or whatever they are, you need to become a member now. It is that important. Don't be afraid to contact your congressman, your senator. Let them know how you feel, because they're your representatives. They're my representative. They're your representatives. That's what they're up there to do. Let them know what's on your mind. So again, thank you very much, and have a great, great evening. Well, holy shit.